Hello teachers, and welcome to the start of lesson 4 of Give Me 5 book 1 unit 1. Okay, so we're going to take a look at our focus, the material that we're going to be focused on in this particular lesson. And as you can see that there's a cultural aspect to this particular lesson. These are the 2 pages that we're focused on. And on the left hand side is school life, let's say, in Britain. Okay, and on the right hand side you can see classroom rules and some activities and exercises. So anyway, the point is that there's a cultural aspect to this, and as a result we need to be teaching a little bit around the topic, okay, but extensively. So let's jump straight into it. Now there's going to be an introduction, letting the kids settle down and start the lesson. And what we're going to do is we're going to review some of the vocabulary that has gone on before within this particular unit. So I've thrown up all the vocabulary on the board. I believe that it wouldn't be overwhelming. The students have had a fair amount of time to get used to this vocabulary, and I'm just going to throw it up there and throw them in the deep end, as it were. So once the flashcard's up on the board, I'm now going to write down the vocabulary. And by this stage, I'm going to expect students to remember, have memorized some of the words. So I might say something like, who can spell bin? Teacher me, B-I-N. Good. Who can spell shelf? S-H-E-L-F. Good job. And then as the students are spelling and volunteering, I'll write those words down. Also, for some of the slower students or weaker students, I will then pick on one. I'll say, all right, George, can you spell cupboard? And I'll make George stand up, and George will then say, teacher, C-U-P-B-O-A-R-D. Good job, George. Okay, so make sure that you're balancing that setup with the weaker students to make sure that everybody is progressing at the same speed. All right, so once the flashcards and the words are on the board, I might have an activity or two. I might even have a spelling test, I don't really know, but you would have to judge that for your students at the time. But in any case, I'm reviewing the vocabulary to make sure that everybody is on board. Now, we will have more vocabulary with this cultural section. And don't forget, we're going to take away the words. And while we are erasing, we can reinforce those as we erase and taking them off the board. So these are now the new words. Some of them are even verb phrases and phrasal verbs, I should say. And play music, sing songs, clap hands, sit on the floor, etc. It's your job to make sure that the students understand this. Now, long story short is, it's your job to make sure that the students understand what is going on in the cultural section, and therefore they need to understand the implication of what an assembly means. Now, if you literally translate the word assembly, it just means coming together. But if you have assembly in a British classroom setting or school setting, it means all of the kids coming together, then the principal or the vice principal talking about all of these things that are going on in the school, and maybe some award ceremony depending on. So it's not simply a matter of translation, but it's a matter of understanding. So with the vocabulary, we get the kids to then say the words. All right, teacher writes it on the board. Teacher then maybe writes the target, the home language on the board as well, or the teacher can just say the words, okay? But either way, the kids have to know what the meaning is, okay? Now, once you've got that on the board, the kids will then read that through, and then you carry on. Now, I'm going to leave those words and the translation on the board because I'm going to ask the students, all right, boys and girls, take out your books. Let's read it together. Now, the kids will be sitting down reading their books and say, hello, I'm Alex. And I'm Lucy. We go to primary school in England. At school, we have an assembly every day. Now, for every one of those words the kids are not totally sure about, they can always then refer to the whiteboard and then go, oh, okay, I know, now I understand it. Oh, now I know, now I understand primary school, for example. And so that's why I've left it on the board. We sit on the floor with all the children in our school. We listen to the head teacher, okay? We play music and sing songs. So you go through the whole cultural aspect, just as a general thing to help the kids get a general idea. We're going to go in detail a little bit later on. Okay, so we have that particular vocabulary on the board. And now what we're going to do is we're going to erase that, and boom, I'm going to throw up the numbers. Why am I throwing up the numbers? Because we're now going to have an activity on the whiteboard that is called all correct. Now, this particular activity is just simple pronunciation, but you could make it more difficult by saying the Vietnamese, and then the kids will then have to say the English. I mean, that is a possibility too. Anyway, take a look, all correct. So, as the name implies, the kids have to say the words all correctly in order to get a score. So, for example, here comes up my team. Teacher's going to draw the scoring on the board, A and B, and team A stands up. Team A will then say 1, 3, 5, 7, okay? Play music, good. Sing songs, good. Clap hands, good. Every day, good. It's just pronunciation. Correct, it's all correct. Team A gets 5 points, bling. Now team B stands up and team B has to say 2, 4, 6, 8. Sit on the floor, good. Head teacher, good. Primary school, good job. Okay, they got 1 wrong, so they get 0. Now team B has a chance to, team A has a chance now to read 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, team A, number 2, sit on the floor, good. Head teacher, good. Assemble, wah, wah. Primary school, wah, wah. Okay. Now team B gets a chance, play music, sing songs, clap hands every day. Yay, team B can get their full score, all correct, 5 points. Now, as you can imagine, that's quite an interesting thing because the stakes are very high. Students have got to make sure that they're saying everything perfectly. But now what's cool about this is that the teacher has identified that the word assembly and primary school needs a little bit of work. So you go over those a couple of times to make sure that the students really understand how to be able to speak those correctly. Okay, teachers, and then you erase that and clean up the board. There we go. That is now pretty much for the introduction of the vocabulary of the reading part, as well as a review of the vocabulary. Please join me in part 2, where we carry on with our reading section. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.